Right then, this is a video of where we live, and as I promised how to build the gardens. It might be a bit shaky because I'm walking around with it, so you know, just have to bear with it, but you'll get the drift. Anyway, this is Clearville in the Wairarapa. This is the old girl's native garden that she grows. These are all natives, and a couple of ducks there, you know what they're like. Going over there, there's a start of just a compost heap, little one. There's our faithful chooks. We've got 4 of them in there. We get about 4 eggs a day. There's the pole shed I've been building for the last year and a half. That sort of got crooked, but I'll get back onto it. Anyway, onto the garden thing. Oh, here's next door. The guy's making us hay, so it might get a bit noisy as he rattles past us. But no worries. This is the overall anyway of where we live and why we like the Wairarapa, I suppose. It's got its really upsides and it's got its downsides. It's basically, for music, it's a isolated jungle, but yeah, that's another story. Anyway, here we go. You want to start off doing a compost. You just put in a small amount of grass clippings. What we basically do is build gardens that you don't have to have them 3-tier like that. You can have them out of railway sleepers or just 2-tier ones, just like that, coming up just out of this wood. Line the inside with plastic as they're tannalised. That's all you need to do, a couple high. If you want to stop the wind coming in, you just put in 4x4s, not in the ground, you just set them on the ground and set them up, and you just put a bit of windbreak around them for growing stuff like zucchinis or anything that tend to get battered. But basically, to grow the garden, to get it started, take for example, just if you did in a sleepers, put your sleepers on the ground like that. Each garden's roughly 3 metres long by about 2 metres wide. We go out the coast, I mean in Wellington, to go heaps of beaches, go out there and get some seaweed. All you've got to do is put the seaweed in the old black rubbish bins. Get about 3 black rubbish bins. So if you wanted to, you know, make 3 of these gardens, we've got 3 or 4 of them, and like we give that much food away, it's not funny, that many vegetables away, it's not funny. You go out there, you get the bull kelp or any seaweed, cut it up into bits about 1 foot long. If you want to, just chop it through with an axe and put it in a black rubbish bin and fill it up with water and soak it for about 4 weeks. Then any larger bits, what you need to do in your garden is just lay the bull kelp in the bottom of your garden. Just lay it in the bottom of it, just build your frame, put it around it. All you need to build your frame is like little offcuts of 4x4s, stand them on the ground, nail your boards to it. Put the bull kelp in the bottom, then just go to your friendly horse farm or somewhere like that, buy yourself some manure, or you can buy it on the side of the road, cow manure, any of that type of stuff. Buy the cow manure, put it in the bottom, put in some dirt, put in your compost. Now, the way to make your compost is simply that. There's some here, we make our own, and we just get a couple of bags of the other stuff from the warehouse and add to it. And it's just cow poop, and it's dust from your vacuum cleaner bag, whole bits of ripped up newspaper, not too much newspaper. You think about it, vegetable scraps, but nothing dairy. Don't put in like dairy products or citrus. Don't put in orange skins or anything like that. But you think about it, all your anything, old vegetable stuff, you know what I mean. Don't put bones in, it's pretty pointless. You lay all that in and you put some dirt in the bottom of your garden, and you don't have to have your very garden deep. If you can look here, on this one we're growing lettuce and we're growing cabbage here. We've ripped out, we had a whole lot of bok choy just along here, but we've taken that out and we've fried that in butter, got quite a lot of it, quite a few plastic bags for it, and deep froze it. So I mean, you can do the same with cabbage if you want to. You just take it out, cut it up, cook it, shred it, cook it, you know, do it in butter or have your parent and freeze it. If you have a look here, you've got 2 tiers there. It's only 2 tiers, and the dirt level is only up to this first one, up to about here, 1.5. You've got an open bottom in these, so out she goes. It just goes out through the bottom. what grows in the top goes down and it roots itself in the garden underneath. And that's how simple it is. Real. I mean, you can make this. You can make it out of microcarp or anything you like. It's such a cost saving. It's not funny. The other trick is you want to have just dispersed in and out of them are flowers. Flowers attract the bees. And anyway, to give you a bit of a rough guide, what we've got and how we do it. The wife does all the gardening. I only do, like, you know what I mean, build it and try and get out of it. And, you know what I mean? I'm not really a gardener, but I just knock up the wood and all that for her. But here's our strawberries. We've got some more further up the end there. We've got something like 53 plants. We keep this mesh over them because we've got some friendly magpies that come in at night time out the pines from up there, and they come in and they eat the strawberries, so we just cover them up. So we've got 53 odd strawberry plants, and you go, God, why? Well, it takes about one strawberry plant per person, you know what I mean, over the summer months. But we make strawberry jam, that's strawberry ice cream. I said we make our own homemade ice cream, and we also, like, we get strawberries and kiwi fruit and slice it up, a little bit of yogurt, milk and ice cream, and we make these wicked smoothies. We do get a lot of vegetables, and that's why we just give them out in the end. I mean, here's a little sample here, the New Year's potatoes. We've still got all our last year's potatoes there, you know, we've got a whole heap of them here. Here's the seedlings of the carrots. The old girl grows everything in the little glass house just over there, which used to be a cat shed that we turned into a glass house. And there's a whole lot of yams growing in there. There's red onions there. And there's the silver beet. There's enough potatoes to keep us going well into the new year, as I say. There's miniature beans. We grow them in a bucket. Spring onions. Here's our zucchinis. And we started off from little seedlings, and we grew them. We grow everything inside the little place in there and then bring them out in the gardens later. Here's the pumpkins we've just put in this morning. And what we do with the pumpkins is, we've just grown those from pumpkin seeds. We actually trail them when they grow over the back over here, and we run all the pumpkins up through here. So we get about 30 or 40, 50 pumpkins a year, depending on what level. We get plenty for us anyway. And the rocks around them, you might think, well, this guy got rocks in his head or what, but you just put it out because that's just growing on the top of the compost, and when you water it, it stops the soil from going away, and also the rocks keep the heat in, which is what you want for good growth in plants. We move further along here, and these are all mini agapanthus, and these are daylilies that the old girl grows from nothing, basically, you know, just from splitting and stuff. Here's more strawberry plants. Here's the bark. When we grow our seasoned potatoes, we just dig a hole in that, in the bark, put some dirt in and grow the potatoes, and we get one massive mound of potatoes. We just scoop it all up again next year and grow them again. These flowers we actually sell, and going to take them up the market in a couple of weeks' time, and it brings us in about $200, and that just buys our fertilisers and that for the end of the year. That bucket there is really basically for one of our cats that likes having a bath, but their birds come and drink out of it. When you come in there, you can see why we passion fruit ice cream. I mean, we're going to get a massive crop this year. There's flowers all over the place on it, so yeah. There's a whole lot of other little seedlings the old dear grows, and here we've got our tomatoes, chilies, peppers. I think there's some peppers growing in here somewhere along the line. Yeah, see, they're starting to grow in here now, but we got, last year we were giving away bucket loads of tomatoes. More beans. As I said, the miniature beans we just grow in a bucket back over there. And here's an idea of the compost. This is what you grow. That's grass clippings, old bloody vegetable scraps, cow manure, and it's only been in the, you know, down for about 7 or 8 weeks, and then we just add like a little bit more bloody the warehouse stuff, add to it, and heaps of compost. You go over here, and the old girl, this is a miniature peach tree here she's got. We just grow our herbs in these pots. Mint, parsley, These are little trees she's growing in a standard. Just different stuff she likes fiddling around with. She's real grease-fingered. And this is her pride and joy up here. We've lived here 20 years. We used to own all the front of the property, which is up where the old house is, up there, and out the front is a guy's show home. They built out there when we first moved over here, and up until 10 or 12 years ago I used to train horses, and there's the stables over there we used to train out of. There's a dude making us hay. We're going back to the peach trees up here. We grew these from stone, so our girl got the peach stone and we grew them, and we've been in this house now about 4 years, and we grew them up the other house, and she asked the guy out there if we could kindly take them out, and he said yeah, but these are like about 16, 17 years old, but you can see the peaches, so yeah, pretty well laden up with peaches. This is all died off at the moment, but this is absolutely beautiful in the spring. Absolutely beautiful, eh? It's all basically a lot of natives in that again. I'm going out here. There's the old girl's car, which I better flick off I suppose, because she never drives it. And there's the old van, and there's the new luxury cat house I've got. And over here, basically they're oranges and mandarins, or mini trees and lemons. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tangelos, so that's where we got all our fruit from. And that's just, you know, it's just a lovely part of the Wairarapa. So I think we're actually going to sell. And live somewhere smaller, and so I can just concentrate more on the music, and we don't have to worry about doing too much stuff. But as I said, if you want to grow your gardens, it's so simple. Basic forget-me-nots are just grow them a couple of panels high, 3 metres long, 2 metres wide. Set a couple, 4x4 posts. You can put one in the centre if you like, we never did. Put one in each corner. Use the old plastic, line it with plastic if you want to, around it. Or if you don't use tannelised stuff, you don't have to. And then put the seaweed in the bottom, and the seaweed that you've been soaking for the last 6 weeks, all the water that you get out the top, that cures curly leaf and that. So you can imagine we get quite a savings. That's why we don't buy vegetables. We won't grow our broccoli and collies and that till later, because you have too much trouble with them. You only need one plant like this for rhubarb. If you've got one that size, that's all you even need. You don't need to grow a whole lot of crap. And the other thing you might think, what's going on, is this shade cloth. It's actually one of those ones that was over a double bed that we brought for about 50 cents, but lettuces and that don't like a lot of direct heat, and the cabbages and that, man, you can cut down your white butterfly. You don't have to worry about buying Dearest dust or anything like that. You just sit something like that over it, and that's it. So you don't have to dig, you don't have to get in and dig gardens. I mean, look at the size of this one. It's not, you know what I mean, it's so easy to make them like this. So happy gardening and happy eating, and you'll end up turning into a little fatty, but you'll be a healthy fatty. So that's goodbye from us.